Hey guys, we're at it again with another gameplay. This is quite a new one we have here. Highway Blossoms. You know, I've never heard much about it, or I've heard of the game and I got it, but to be honest, my knowledge of it's very like I don't know I don't know much about this game. I just got it because first it's Yuri's Peak, and as well I don't know, I just thought it would be kind of an interesting start away from kind of just the traditional other visual novels I do, so yeah. Without further ado, let's go, and also have my freaking energy drink, so that's gonna be hyper over here. But yeah, without further ado, let's go. Oh shoot. Wow. Sakai Project, yeah, I've heard of them. Directed by... Interesting. All I know was like the general concept. I think they like the characters got like stranded here or something like that. And that's all I know. That's all I know, bro. Looks really nice actually. What the heck? Wow. Again, thank you to all these people in the credits. The music ends, the cassette clicks to stop. I've listened to it so many times, I even memorized the placement of the static from the song's original broadcast. I'm worried that the deck might eventually eat the tape, but it never happened to him. No matter how many times he played the damn thing, I'm not too scared. It used to drive me crazy. Every day he played it over and over again. Sure, he would throw on something different after the loops, but soon he would switch it back. The cycle would repeat itself. Sometimes I think he would just do it to mess with me. I would be in the back in the bed, smothering a pillow over my head to block out the music. He would just turn it up even louder, even during all-nighters. It was so like him. Even near the end, had finally settled down. He was still playing that kind of crap. I'd come home from school sometimes and the police would be at the door because the entire block had called in the noise complaint. He said it was just because he was hard of hearing. But I know he did it just to get a rise out of the old grouches who lived nearby. I think that's his worst fear, ending up just another bitter sack of bones. So he did everything in his power to be the exact opposite, right up until the end. Of course, that meant I would always deal with the fallout. I can't imagine what the neighbors thought, seeing a little girl go door to door, apologizing because some old man decided it would be funny to put plastic flamingos all over their award-winning lawns. Aw. I can't help but smile, just a little, even if it does hurt. Oh. I take a sip of my coffee. Outside, the heat haze shimmers over never-ending oceans of sand. So much desert. Not desert. Even Roswell was just a rock, sand, and a few shacks, all alien-themed of course. Didn't see any UFOs though. I'm not used to how dry everything is, even with AC on high enough to rip off my eyebrows. I'm still all sweaty. Guess that's what happens when you laze around in the snowy Colorado for a decade. In that regard, the desert is a nice change of scenery. I don't exactly hate it. New sights are nice, especially since his health didn't allow him to do a lot of traveling when I was a little girl. I could see myself getting used to this. Well, maybe in another 15 years when I have everything paid off. Ugh, damn it. Amber, snap out of it. You worry about that later. This isn't your trip, so stop being so selfish. I push the eject button. I take the tape out and look it over, probably for the 20th time today. Years worth of brown stains and greasy fingertips. Fingerprints are smudged all over, making it feel grimy to the touch. It still works like a charm, though. There are more cassettes in the glove compartment, a mixture of mine and his, mostly his. I should just play one of those to get it over with. My hand gravitates towards the latch. It would be okay, right? No. I snatch my hand away from the latch and flip the tape over. Once again, I find myself staring. With a sigh, I stick back into the deck. I reach towards the play button, taking another look to see if the road is still clear. Like always, Yeah. What the fuck was that? Wait, what was that? What was that? Isn't? Oh shit. I slammed the brakes. Their shriek piercing my ears. A glance at my rearview mirrors shows a girl cringing next to an ancient-looking car, covering her ears as I screech down the road. What the fuck? Making a U-turn of dubious legality. I can't fucking speak today, guys. I don't know what's going on. Legality. I pull in front of her car, killing the motorhome's engine. I mean, it's not legal if we're in the middle of nowhere. I don't look like no copter around here. I'll up the shield of my eyes from blazing New Mexico sun. Only now I realize how precious the AC really is. Oh, it doesn't take more than several steps before the girl comes bouncing up to me with a look of relief. Oh my god, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was thinking to think no one would ever stop. With each word she gets a little closer until we're finally within touching distance of each other. Her smiling face now filling my entire field of vision. Her bright auburn hair is done into a girlish side tail, glistening beneath the specks of sweat, standing out in the heat as I made her around. Pale cheeks, a sun-kissed red, but she still looks put together, like a desert would sooner melt her than do any real damage to her looks. I almost feel embarrassed to be in front of someone who dresses as cute, her frilly yellow top and skirt putting red t-shirt and khakis to shame. Like, holy zam. I guess, the outfit, yeah. The comparison, we're a little more casual and she's like more like going out to wear, you know? It's all brought together one by one thing, though. Her eyes, they're vividly blue, deep and rich, complementing the traces of her misty perfume as she gets closer and closer. Too close, too close, too close. Girl, personal space over here. Holy shite. I scramble back and cough, trying to hide my awkwardness. No problem. Oh shit. What's she doing out here alone? Driving Drew. Hell, is she even alone? Oops, I accidentally went back. But yeah, what are you doing here alone, girl? I peer off into the plains on the side of the road, half expecting a guy to pop up from his hiding place now that some idiot has fallen for their trap. That idiot being me, of course. But much to my surprise, no one does. Instead, this girl continues to stare at me, smiling as she patiently waits for my response. I glance behind her, focusing on her car. So, what's the issue? Your car broke down? I think so, yeah. I was driving and it just kind of stopped. Yeah. She lowers her head in shame, eyes fixated on her feet, kicking dust around her. I'm not much of a car buff, but I can take a look into it. Her head pops back and life returns to her eyes. Oh wow, could you? Yeah, I can't promise that I could do anything, but I can at least check it out. That'd be great. Alright, first things first then. This thing looks even older than my motorhome. It was probably a nice car once upon a time, but with a dented grille, multiple scratches, and faded murky green color, it's hard to believe such a cute girl was driving it. Maybe the hand-me-down or something? I slide into the fabric seat and start the ignition. I don't know how much about how this stuff works, just enough to keep the motorhome from giving out, but I can't imagine it's too significant of an issue. Probably just a dead battery or... Oh, are we slowly flying? Oh, never mind. No gas. Oh. A single car passes by, cooling us with a refreshing gust of wind, sprinkled with dirt and sand. Is something wrong? Is this a joke? Oh no, did I break it? No girl, did you check the tank? The gas tank? No, it's just out of gas. What? No way! Imagine girl doesn't even know how to drive. How'd she get here? Dad said I should have filled up before I left. Is she for real? Why is this girl in the middle of nowhere by herself? As if trying to force all ideas into the center of her brain, the girl grabs her head and whines under her breath. Aw man, I didn't charge my phone either. What am I gonna do? Whoa, that's a shame. I'd offer her mine, but I never had a cell phone in my life. Really now? Seems like you have plenty of absent-minded to forget that though. You have to be pretty absent-minded. Ah, yeah. She whines once more and turns to me. Hey, this might be a little weird. Oh no. But could you take me somewhere nearby so I can get some gas? What do you know? She actually did. How long did you say you've been stuck out here? I don't know. A few hours maybe. She's so calm though. She's so calm being stuck here for a few hours. Damn. I would have been panicking, crying, breaking down. Like, this girl seems like she's like, you know, very well composed. I've been trying to wave down everyone who drives by, but you were the first to stop. Hold on, everyone? Yep. This scene must have fried her brain. Does she have any idea how dangerous that is? That's probably not a good idea, you know. She cocks her head to the side and gives me a look of genuine curiosity. Like it wasn't obvious or something. Huh? Why? Well, you know. A cute young girl alone in the middle of the desert is just asking for trouble. But you're a cute young girl alone in the middle of the desert? What? Her comeback takes me off guard and I turn away a little, avoiding eye contact. Yeah, but that's different. A smile returns to her face, the same bright one that she showed me when I first pulled over. I'm still avoiding eye contact, but she leans over to the direction I'm looking at and continues to smile. So do you think you could give me a ride? I don't know. Please, it shouldn't take very long. This girl, it's like she didn't even listen to what I said. Still, better than some psycho. Besides, it's not like a small detour will make me late or anything. I guess it's fine. I'm not too big of in a rush anyway. Yay! Before I even finish, she's springing off the ground, bouncing to the motorhome. Wait. But it's already far too late. She somehow made her way into the motorhome before its owner, even finding time to give me a small wave from the passenger seat. I heave a heavy sigh, rubbing my temple, as I climbed back into the driver's seat. The key is still dangling in the ignition. I wrench it around, and the motorhome roars to life, forcing a surprised squeak out of the girl. Oh, by the way, my name is Marina. Thank you so much for helping me out. Amber, don't mention it. Careful not to hit her car, I back the RV up and turn it around, sending us my original direction. I put on my sunglasses, whoa, some nice shades there, and reach for the play button on the cassette player, finally giving in the temptation, but Marina starts up again. Is it Marina or Marina? Guess whichever. I guess we'll say Marina. Why aren't we going the other way? Wasn't the gas station a little ways back? It was a bit more than a little ways back. I saw a sign a few miles ago that said there was a station not too far from here, so we're going there. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. You're really observant. Yeah, and you're just really oblivious. You know, opposites attract. You know what they say? Balance. Not really. Silence falls upon the motorhome, and the roaring of the engine swishing from the wind from outside being the only sounds. I take that as my cue and reach for the cassette player once more. Finally give... How do you even drive this thing? It's huge! Marina spreads her arms like an eagle unfurling its wings, almost bopping me on the head in the process. I clear my throat and grab her arm out of the air, gently placing it on her lap. It's not that bad, you get used to it. She tilts her head in the side and gives a little light grunt, as if saying, "That's so," and we return to silence of before. Again, I reach for the cassette player. So, what are you doing out here? Are you going camping? Seems like you're doing is fun. Seems like what you're doing is fun. I take a deep breath and hold it on as long as possible before letting it out. Just traveling. What about you? Why are you here? Out here? Oh well, it's kind of silly. She scratches her head and lets out an embarrassed laugh before staring at her feet, quieting down, and surprisingly enough, staying quiet. Well, looks like that worked. Reach out for the cassette player one more time. I stop for a moment to look at the glove department, and then Marina, who looks lost in thought, before finally pressing play. Oh, we're at the gas station. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the station, Marina trailing closely behind. The drive was also quiet after I turned the music on, turning the tables on her. Asking what she was doing out there seemed to throw off her. I didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. It's just been ages since I had a conversation beyond accepting some half-hearted condolences. Though, to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. The guy behind the counter is busy ringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. The store is one of those big mini mart places, made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean, for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has an unnatural sanitary shine, accompanied by the scent of citrus cleaning product. Citrus! Hey! They have cola flavor here! I turn and find Marina clutching the slushy machine, her eyes widening like a cat's when tempted with yarn. Don't most gas stations have it? She shakes her head, but she doesn't take her eyes off the machine. Uh-huh. Or no, But that's it, no, All the places back at home only had cherry and raspberry when we got sick of them. We just had to mix them together. Oh yeah. But Marina finally turns to me wearing a face of pure, concentrated sadness. I left my wallet in the car. It's the saddest thing I ever seen. Just looking at her, I could feel my heart rip. Wait a second. How were you expecting to pay for the gas? I don't know. I just remembered. How did she last 5 minutes out in the desert? Fine, I guess I'll pay for it. Really? Yeah. And grab yourself one of those slushies too. Wow, how generous of Amber. But make it a small one. Her pure, concentrated sadness melts into pure, unconcentrated happiness. You're the best, Amber. She grabs a cup and holds down the button until the slushy overflows and drips down the side. I was going to pay for the gas anyway, but I'm hoping that the drink makes up for the drive over. I spot the gas cans, with Marina happily sipping from a straw, grab one and head for the counter. The guy at the register still ringing up the same girl. Lines of flimsy plastic bags line the counter, filled with a mixture of off-brand junk food and gardening tools. He scans the items as the girl digs through her wallet, her bandana wrapped head pressing a phone against her shoulder. Aren't you supposed to be a badass mechanic? What the fuck are these voices? Okay. What good are you if you're not? She swipes out a card and hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him. How the hell would I know? I have the squirt check underneath. If you're so curious. On the other end of the line, I can hear the faintest of squabbling. Can't make out anything what they're saying, but the tone sounds worlds more tolerable than the girl's. If it's that old, then I say do it. Cash is cash. It's not like anyone's gonna care. You better not take as long as last time, though. I'll be waiting for you slackers outside. Holy shit. The girl slips her phone back into the crevices of her dangerously unzipped jumpsuit. Girl's literally not wearing a shirt. She's wearing a fucking bralette and yeah, that shit's like hella, you know. What little clothing she has on underneath looks like it's going to burst from the slightest movement. Not my type, especially with that personality, but it's hard for me to say anything other than stare. The attendant reaches out to help with the bags, but the girl snaps them away before he can. He shoots him with a heated glare and burns straight through the man into the wall behind him. Turning around, the girl looks at us for a second before rolling her eyes, then marches out the door, the bags weighing her down as they nearly scrape the ground. Yeah, definitely not my type. Bit too aggressive. It's a shop. Say, he doesn't look that bad of a person. Good luck. Marina and I set the can, a nearly empty slushie, on the counter. Will that be all? Yeah, sorry if we're more boring than that other girl. The attendant hacks out a dry cackle and scans the cans. He flicks his oily ponytail behind his shoulder and then rings up Marina's drink. Been a lot of folks passing through and stocking up the past few days. It's been a good change of pace. I'm guessing why you girls are here too. Marina eases in towards the counter, nudging herself tightly between me and the rack, her hands creeping over to the slushie. For what? I'm just heading out to California. If I don't end up driving myself insane. You mean you don't know? The attendant freezes, forgetting about the scanner to his hand. Blinding red lights beam onto my chest. From it onto my chest. About what? Why the treasure? Marina's hand stopped, just shy of grabbing the cup. Treasure? The clerk's chubby face morphs into a grin. You're telling me that you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal? I have. I frown, embarrassed. Marina looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. What kind of damn scavenger hunt or like? I don't know what's going on here. I guess she's always just this forward. Well, I heard about it on the news. It's kind of why I drove down here. Oh, we see the reason why she's out here now. You drove out in the middle of the desert for treasure. Sorry, but you lost me. It's not just any treasure, Missy. The miner's treasure. He said it like that should clarify what he meant. I stare at him. He stares back. Marina sips the last dregs of her slushie. You honestly don't know? Not a clue. Are you gonna change that?
Little feisty, ain't ya?
Not really. I just have stuff to do.
Fair enough. A little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garage. As fate would have it, they came across an old journal. Turns out the things belonged to a great uncle, or maybe it was just a great grandfather. I don't know. Some dead old
I cut him off with a cough. A polite hint for him to either get on with it or quit his yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Marina continues to with rapt attention. Sometimes her drink makes that annoying slurping sound again.
Sorry, I'll try to keep it short. Anyway, after flipping through it, they found out that he struck it rich during the gold rush.
The gold rush? If he stuck it rich, then wouldn't the family know about it? They have to be pretty well off, right? Oh, I can answer that. He went back to Missouri? Missouri? Missouri. Without any gold and told all his friends he hid it. By now the slushy is all gone. Marina tries the one last sip, but all that's sucked through the straw is air. She peers down into the cup and blows out a small sigh. No one believed him though. I raise an eyebrow. If this girl knows about it, I must be more of the loop than I thought. More out of the loop than I thought.
Well, now, looks like Sister she's been doing her research.
Mm-hmm. The attendant leans into the counter and smirks.
So it goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could.
He slits his thumb along his neck, make it cheesy sound effect to go with it. Marina giggles, but I just keep staring.
The folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace his steps and find the treasure. Shipments have been selling like hotcakes. Just got ours last week.
He points to the rack of identical books sitting by the door, a sign hanging above it, Treasure of the Desert, a miner's journey, take a part in the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads. And people are really buying into this?
Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years and never have seen this many people passing through. Even the Banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal.
Sure, okay. This is a hoax, if I ever seen one. And where is this supposed treasure?
No one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts.
Uh-huh. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here? Yep, that's right. But you don't really believe this treasure exists, do you? Sure do. Sure I do. She pauses to think. At least I want to. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure? Sure, it would be cool. But there's a good chance it isn't. Even if it were, do you know where to start looking? No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal. She lowers her head, like knows there's a good chance what I'm saying is true. But I have to try. Her voice is soft and quiet, but there's a faint glow of determination behind it. It makes me feel ashamed for scolding her, but the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. To credit her, she did a little research, but that's cancelled out by driving into the desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. The people who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know her, and I'm worried.
Oh, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who can really resist a good treasure hunt?
He looks to Marina and gives a big yummy grin, courtesy of his missing teeth.
Ain't that right, sister?
Marina springs back into a smile of her own. That's right. Rolling my eyes, I reach into the pocket and pass some crumbled bills to the clerk. Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it. He shrugs. The stuff's of cash in the register, though I'm just paying for the tank and the empty cup. I pocket the change. I give a casual wave from the exit, and that should be good enough. Thank you. Marina follows, though a bit more animated, waving her arm like a fan as she says goodbye.
Oh, and sister!
Yeah?
You go ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge.
Really? Marina lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid again.
Yep.
Oh well, thanks, mister. In one shift motion, she swipes one of the remaining books off the rack so fast I swear my eyes are skipping frames. Hey Amber, look, he gave me one for free! Yeah, I see it. Amber's so pissed off. I tune out her chatting and nod as we walk out to the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. The attendant shouts one last thing, his voice fading behind the glass of the closing door.
Good luck on your trip.
Thanks. Desert people are weird. No way. Maybe it's further up the road? I can't believe it's gone. We could have just passed it. We weren't even that long. We weren't even away that long. How could it be gone? Oh, and it got snatched up. Well, guys, I think this is where we're gonna leave off. Interesting development, certainly. February, yeah. It doesn't say nothing specific, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was low-key pretty interesting. I can't wait to see where the story is gonna go. Thank you guys for watching if you guys stuck around. I hope you guys enjoyed this new series, you know, back to back also with my other videos. Please like and subscribe for more. Comment down below if you guys like these type of videos or any other type. I'm very open to ideas, and yeah, without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Subscribe for more Highway Blossoms. See y'all!